Hey guys, it's Mongolian Mindset, and today we're gonna be helping. How you say your name?
Tomas.
Thomas. So Thomas V2. Okay. Find his personality type. Man, you don't have to go into any traumas, anything like that. We'll just use what you say to triangulate down on your best fit type. You're free to do that, whatever you feel is necessary. Can you introduce yourself, man?
Uh, I'm 21 years old. I'm from Europe. Uh, People tell me my accent is not the worst, so it should be comprehensive. Uh, I did get typed by Chase, but just for the
Don't
sake
tell
of
us
it,
what. Don't tell us what result you got, man. Don't tell us.
I'm not going to.
All right, perfect.
Uh, yeah, I just want to know what's going to be here. And because I went into a little bit of a struggle even after getting typed,
Hmm.
because of how much I believe I am scattered in between my ego and my shadow.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
So, what got you to in type in general?
Uh, that I thought like I'm not okay. So I was Googling mental disorders and shit, and somehow I just ended up on MBTI tests.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the best and worst parts about MBTI?
I don't know, man. It's a system, but I think it's really the people that people spread misconceptions. So
Hmm.
it's not really the system, it's how we utilize it.
Hmm.
And people utilizing it in their favor sucks. I do it too sometimes. So I'm not different. But yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And the best part you also asked about, I think.
Hmm.
Um, that it allows us to perceive things from a perspective that not many, if any, systems at all offer.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What is one thing you would want changed in typology, just in general?
I want to change that, not really change, I want to add more definitions. I want to
Hmm.
make the definitions much more specific so that they cannot be bent, they cannot be more flexible,
Hmm.
and it's difficult to cross them.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think that there's a big problem. Me and Thomas talk about it all the time. Like if, let's say for instance, if a person wanted to, they could bend you any way they want to. They could
Hmm.
probably say you're ISFJ, man. They could say you're ISFJ. And then say you're in the fourth side of your mind and you're an ISFJ. And that's just not even fucking close. But hey, I do digress. What do you want to be
Hmm.
remembered for, man?
Can you repeat the question, please?
I said, what do you want to be remembered for?
What I want to be remembered for? I haven't thought about that honestly, but uh, I guess not being shit, doing the best I could.
Not being shit. Okay. What does a typical weekend look like for you?
Work or partying, like hanging out with my boys.
Hmm. Um, so what do you like to go like when you go out with your boys? Is it just like bars, clubs? Uh,
For most
okay,
part, yeah.
okay.
Sometimes we just go to someone's place and hang out there, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm, Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Uh, Probably at uni and potentially employed in uh I don't know I don't know which kind of job, depends on what I'll be majoring in. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, hmm. If you could have any job in the world, regard like there's no limitations, what would you want and why?
If I could have, well, I'll have my own business for the most part. And it would be at least remotely related to typology, I like
Mhm.
to believe.
Okay. Like what about your own business attraction?
Attraction.
Like what about like what about a business attracts you? Like having your own business or whatever. You know, there's different reasons why everybody goes to it, like towards a business. Some people like um autonomy, some people like, you know, the freedom aspect, some people just like the money. What attracts you to like your own business?
I want to manage people.
Mhm. You feel pretty good with managing people?
I think I can be if I stop being, if I stop trying to be someone who is trying to make fun out of everything
Hmm.
and entertain people, and if I actually take it seriously. Yeah, but then many people may not like that.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. What is what are your goals for 2024?
Like, what am I going with
Like what
into
are your goals for
2024?
2024? Have you thought about your
My
goals?
goals.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry, I misheard that.
you good, man.
Uh, uh, learn to draw better. Uh, learn new language, and go to uni. That's
Mhm.
it so far.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think is something that you struggle with as a like with things?
What do I struggle with?
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know, man. I struggle with self-doubt in regards to like my physical capabilities sometimes. Uh, I think I'm stupid, but many people think that. So
Hmm.
I'm just intellectually lazy oftentimes. Like I don't really wanna switch on my brain because I'm scared that even if I do, it's not gonna be enough.
Hmm. I don't know, man.
Uh,
You seem pretty smart, man.
really?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't realize, but like these typology books and stuff, this I don't think a lot of really stupid people can handle this field well, man. Just being honest. Um, so,
I don't know, man. Thank you.
so if you're in here and you've been doing it for a while, I don't think you're fucking stupid. Um, especially like if you like talk to people like at bars and stuff, it's like, oh my God. It's like talking to two different type of people. You got the fucking morons, and then you get on here and it's like straight intellectual
But
people.
I love the morons. They're cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a hard time with them.
Oh,
I have a
I
hard
mean,
time with them.
it is what it is, man.
It's almost like sometimes you look at them and it's almost like they're on a subway line, assembly line. You know, right here they're getting the bread, right here they're getting the lettuce, right here, you know, they're getting the cheese. You know, it's just not in control of their life at all, or aware, just in general. So, hmm. What are the best parts about life for you, man?
Best parts about life for me, getting to appreciate and reflect.
Mm-hmm.
I guess where when I have the time to do that, when I'm not busy, when I don't have anything going on right now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mhm. So like,
and like being able to make it better, make the life easier for others, help others.
Tom, you got anything?
Say
Yeah,
again?
sure. Um, yeah, what's a skill you think everyone should know?
Skill everyone should know.
Yeah.
Uh, put aside uh what they prefer when it's necessary. So being able to spot when it's not necessary and then put it aside what's beneficial to them and yeah,
Hmm.
What do you think is something that stresses you out?
something that expresses me,
Stresses you out.
Express.
stresses
Stress.
me.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, when too many people need too many things at once and it's at the same time, I can only keep track to a certain point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's something that daily stresses you out?
Daily,
Yeah.
probably not before I go to sleep, the worry of me waking up too late and falling
Yeah.
asleep, probably.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I fell asleep a couple of times for my job.
Uh, okay. Hmm.
I'm not exactly the early bird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you had three wishes, what would you wish for and why?
Jeez. I don't know. Do I have to choose really? Because I don't know. I probably wouldn't wish for anything. I want things to be as they are.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to choose, shit, I don't know. I wish for a car. Uh, I wish for getting a day off anytime I want to, and like being able to get an advice anytime I need it without asking, just automatically, like an advice popping up anytime I need it.
Okay, advice. If you could have one law, implemented, what would it be? Everybody had to follow it immediately.
Well, one law,
Mm-hmm.
like is there like a standard of living or being or something, or what do you
Anything
mean?
you want, man. You could say, "Hey, I want people to only use the left hand, and everybody got to use their left hand." It's totally up to you.
If I had a law, it would be everybody should take responsibility for their actions and beliefs if it affects other people and themselves too.
Shelly, you got anything? Shit, Shelly, you muted.
What's going on?
What are some things that cause you to feel irritated?
Can you repeat a question, please?
She said, "What are some things that cause you to feel irritated?"
Irritated. Uh, when I feel like somebody is asking something that they could have answered themselves because it's just intuitive
Mm-hmm.
in the thinking perspective. Uh, when someone's gaslighting other people too much, when someone is uh taking out their dissatisfaction on others and not apologizing, something like that.
So, shit. Thomas, you got anything? My brain's going blank.
Yeah, sure. What's like the best piece of advice that you have received over the years?
Best piece of advice. Trust but verify.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
Yeah, it is.
And when it comes to like what do you think like when it comes to other people's desires or what other people want? What do you think about that? Do you think about it? Do you what's your attitude towards that?
Are you, when you say that, are you referring to extra intuition or?
More or less, like, would you say you consider what other people want or what they desire, or like, how would you put it?
Rarely. Depends on how my day's going.
Yeah.
Uh, if if I am in a bad mood, not. But if I am energized, probably more so. Yeah.
Would you like? Has there ever been like a time where you just feel like you you make decisions for people without considering what they want, and like maybe they get pissed off about it
Yeah, sometimes.
sometimes.
Sometimes. I try to not take away people's freedom of choice, because the same way I wouldn't want them to take away mine. Of course, there may have been times where I did that without being aware, but I try not to.
Hmm. And what happens if somebody takes away your freedom of choice? Like, how do you react?
I get irritated, and what do you call it? I disagree. I oppose to what they want me to do, unless I want to do it myself, right?
Hmm.
And yeah,
Gotcha.
hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it does.
If you could be born in any time period, future, past, whatever, where would you like to be born?
It's a weird ass question because I didn't live during those times, so I don't know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But and I didn't live in the future as far as I'm concerned, even though some people claim that everything's happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I'll probably be just like born like 5 years sooner, like
Mm-hmm.
95,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So I could have a little bit less of technology, but I wouldn't have much history with communism and shit because my country was from one of those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this off the wall questions. First time ever asking me. All right, so if you had two choices here, you could meet all of your ancestors in the past, or go and meet 3 generations down in the future. You can meet those like kids. Which one would you be more inclined to see? Which one of those would you be more inclined to see? Go and see all your ancestors from the past, or would you rather just go and see the people in the future, and why?
Some tells me that it's going to be the ancestors from the past.
Yeah, why that? Just asking.
I don't know. I just smell more wisdom in that,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kind of want to source it up.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe have a chat, you know.
yeah. I mean, you meet a whole bunch of people. I've seen that question asked, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna use that.
That's a good one. Appreciate it
Yeah. Tom, you got anything?
Yeah, that was a good question. I'm kind of curious where you got it from, but
Fuck, I forgot.
yeah, let me think. So, you already asked that question. I think yeah, you already asked that. What would like to be remembered for? I don't know if I don't know if we asked it. What's like what would you say is like the most important lesson or lessons you have learned in life?
though. Lessons. To not underestimate myself, probably.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
And to forgive,
yeah. Why do you think you underestimate yourself?
because I like to feel bad.
Hmm.
So I like to, pity myself.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, most people, I think everybody that's, depressed and shit, is that way, because if they weren't that way, they would not be depressed. That's my opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I at least want to admit myself to it, hold
Mm-hmm.
myself accountable.
And what's something that you feel like you can't live without?
Mm, well, sleep.
maybe something a little bit less like basic, like, you know, obviously we all need sleep, we need food, we need shelter, so on and so forth. But beyond like basic needs and like, you know, maybe, you know, stuff like that, like what would come to mind?
Love.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest area of concern for you as a person?
Of concern.
Yeah. So
Physicality, probably.
physicality.
Yeah.
What
Why?
I said, why physicality?
Yeah.
You say physicality. Like for me, I feel like
Yeah,
relationships
because
with family would be probably like one of the things that I feel. So, want to hear what yours would be.
yeah, I mean relationships are definitely up there, but physicality is probably number one. At least these years, this period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I think I'm lacking. I think I could be better than I am. I think I could be more confident. I think I actually am better than I think I am, which
Mm-hmm.
holds me back from my potential.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you seem to have both feet on the ground, man. I think you can accomplish whatever you set out to do, man. It's just knowing what you want and going for it. And
Thank
don't
you.
put limitations on yourself. Um, uh, what is something that you would recommend to another person? Best piece of advice.
Mm. Be prepared to not be prepared.
Be prepared to not be prepared. Why you say that?
Because it's true.
Why you say that? Like,
Because many people are flabbergasted once they found themselves unprepared,
mm-hmm,
as if life is something where you can be or you should be prepared.
mm-hmm,
But that's just not the way it's going to be. Life is whatever you make it, uh, and it's a mess, and you have to. It's up to you to sort it out, or just live on with whatever comes.
so
And
you
sometimes you can't have more than there is.
so you'd say you're more of like a tactician with life, is what you're saying.
Me,
Yeah. Because you said be
no,
prepared, not be prepared. It's more of a tactic
yeah.
type mindset. Like whatever happened, I feel as though you feel as though you'll figure it out.
What's a definition of a tactician though? So because I
So,
mean,
so a tactician is this is just my definition. It's more of someone who's able to adapt in the moment more than anything. As in, like a strategist
oh
would be somebody.
yeah,
Yeah, a
yeah, that's
strategist
me.
would be somebody who has a plan beforehand. So they'd have a
Yeah,
plan. They want to execute the plan beforehand. Like when you said, be prepared to not be prepared. That's
yeah,
basically saying like just because you strategize something, don't mean that that strategy is going to work. So that's more of a tactician type mindset, as in like, okay, whenever I'm in the moment or something and it's not going my way, I'll figure it out in that moment. You know, I don't need to have a strategy beforehand. I
yeah.
feel adapt in those skills. As in like somebody like me and Thomas with shit our pants.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like if I'm telling you, if it's like something in the moment, you can expose me almost every time. If you get me outside of my strategy, you can expose me every time. The only like temperament I notice between the NTs that you can't expose is the ENTP. The ENTP
Mm-hmm.
is able to adapt a little bit more with
Mm-hmm.
any. Um, But if you get an intj out of their system or INTP out of the system, they're almost dead, like almost dead. So that's just something I've
I
noticed.
mean, to clarify, like I like to be prepared,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I have a habit of preparing too much,
Mm-hmm.
but and I like to have things under control oftentimes, but overall, I just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thomas, what you guys thinking? You guys ready?
Maybe just one more.
Uh,
What's your greatest fear?
oh,
My greatest fear, fuck, I don't know. I don't know if I know myself like that, but I should, right? God, I'm shaking right now, and I don't even know what my fear is. Shit's crazy. Um, not fulfilling my mission, whatever it is,
Gotcha.
letting myself down.
Do you have what's your what have you ever found, do you know what your purpose is in life?
I don't know if I know.
Yeah. If you feel like that's like kind of like what you're trying to figure out in life.
I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But I like to believe that it has something to do with uh being at peace with myself. It's funny because many people want to impact the world around them,
Mm-hmm.
but I am inclined to believe that the only thing that's supposed to be set in order is your own shit, because then people want to be around you and they want to be like you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the problem is me, the problem is not others, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Shelly, you got anything? Shelly.
How do you behave when you get angry?
How do I
Like,
react?
yeah, like in public and private, both.
I like the difference, that dichotomy there. Uh, Private and public. In private is probably worse. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, in public, I try to keep my cool, honestly. I really don't get angry in public. Even if I feel angry, I don't. I don't think it's socially acceptable. Uh, and in public, in private, uh, yeah, I can get like really uh wrathful. Like I can not just, it's not just like getting ragey, but it's like really like a like a personal type of hatred. It's not pleasurable at all.
Anything else, Shelly?
Um, Not that I can think of. Thomas, you got something?
No, I'm good.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All righty, man. So go ahead and give it to you. So what we noticed very early on is that you're direct. Okay, so you're specific, concise, and to the point. Um, it's very easy to understand where you're going. You're not going off any tangents or anything like that. You're not beating around the bush. So that eliminates 8 types. Okay. You're also TIFE. Okay, so make lives for others better and help others. Uh, let's see, trust but verify was a TI statement. If this and that, you're using logical, deductive reasoning when you speak. Rarely, you talked about like even that depression when you talked about, that was a pretty good statement you made about depression and like why people would be depressed or whatever. You use a TI statement with that as well. Um, and you talked about socially acceptable. That's an FE thing. So you're direct TIFE. Okay, so that would eliminate you down to STP and NFJ.
Yeah.
Okay, you're outcome focused. So that means you are looking at the end product. You don't really go through any progressions when you speak. You're not really talking about the how to or information on that. You're not focused on the process, just pretty much the results. And like you said, you like to you like to have things under control, but you like to improvise at the same time. When you talk about
Yeah.
it under control, that's an outcome mindset. They
Mhm.
like general like control over things. And then the first thing you said was I want to manage people. That's more of an in charge mindset. Okay. That's more of an in charge mindset. So with direct TIFE and outcome, you're looking at ENFJ or ESTP, and you are given multiple chances to talk about like abstract things. You're pretty much concrete. So we have you as an ESTP.
Mhm.
Interested to see what you would type this.
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
asking like, what did you type yourself as, and what were you typed as?
I was actually in between ISTJ and ESTP
Yeah, yeah. What were you
because
typed as?
I was not able to tell if I am a shadow focused ESTP or a shadow focused ISTJ.
Mm-hmm.
I was not able to tell that. I know it's both. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
which one's the ego.
Yeah, ESTP 100%. Um,
Mhm.
because they would never be talking about improvising. Like you said, like basically you have a tactician type mindset. They're more about logistics, getting everything in the right place at the right time, systematically. While you're like more into being a tactician. Like if things happen, I can improvise, you know. Like I said, when we were talking, that scares the shit out of me because that's one of my weaker spots is it's like improvising on the spot. Like it's not gonna work for me. Even like if like I have to think about things like later, like in my head, and I start visualizing it. Like,
Oh
okay,
yeah,
next time I'll take this route instead of the route that I took. But that's afterwards. Like that the moment's already gone. I already
yeah.
fucked it up and squandered it. And now I think about, okay, this is what I'll do
It's gone.
next.
Yeah, exactly. It's gone. Like I
Yeah.
exactly like that's how I think. Like it's so fast, but it's so fun. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
What were you typed as by the other person?
C is Joseph. What is C is Joseph typing?
You said I'm not supposed to, or like it's fine now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. ISTP.
ISTP? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah, you got ESTP, man. 100%. I didn't see any progressions at all.
Yeah, really
And
looking for it too, and just didn't see it.
yeah, and like if you ever see like my buddy who's also on like some of my videos, Christian, he's ISTP and he's always talking about actionable steps.
Hmm.
Actionable steps is his number one thing. Oh my
Hmm.
God, you guys ain't doing no actionable steps towards anything. And actionable steps is progression. That's like the hardcore metric to meet progression is actionable steps.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and he's always like talking about it, and like for me, I'm like in charge, and Christian doesn't want to manage any fucking body. First of all, he don't want to manage not one fucking soul. He hates the shit.
Yeah, because the SE is pessimistic. It cannot handle that much.
Uh,
It gets tired too soon.
I mean, he's the ISTP, so he doesn't really care to do anything. He just wants to do his own thing and be left
Yeah.
alone.
Hmm.
Um, as in like you said, I want to manage people, and you said, yeah, I could be pretty good at it as well. So I mean, that's more of an in charge mindset. I mean, seems as though we're fixing all of C.S. Joseph's mistypes, but
Well, I
uh,
mean, I'm not caught up to the content, but if that's true, then that's hilarious. But I mean, I don't know if you were in the Discord server, honestly, but I'm still there actually, but I'm not active.
mhm.
And some people do mention you there. I don't know if you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
many
mean,
people compare your typings to his.
yeah, I mean, we try to listen to people. We try to we take our time, and it's not just one person,
I
multiple
actually,
people.
personally, I really appreciate that about you.
Yeah,
Like, you're not like, but like, you really take your time with typings.
yeah. I'm not trying to
Cause,
just like rush some shit out, and I'm not trying to get shit wrong. Like you fucking
yeah,
when you're giving somebody a type, that's a lot of times that's very important to them, and like there's consequences to like mistyping people. So we really care about that. Like,
exactly. It's a flawed product, man. I
yeah,
hate that.
like there's consequences because then there's some people that they think they're like the one girl who's an ENFP and she was told she was ESFP and then like she don't even know what to do or like these people start having identity issues and shit.
Yeah,
We take it very serious. We take it very serious.
it's it can fuck somebody up real bad.
And then we don't mind doing multiple sessions or whatnot because we learn things like when it comes from where we started to where we're at now, we're totally different. But that's because we're very patient and we talk amongst each other. We talk about what we're seeing. Thomas is telling me what he's seeing. Shelly telling me what I'm seeing. We're all just showing it, and that experience
You're
is
updating yourself.
growing. Yeah.
You have new input. Like, appreciate it. Like, you're much more open-minded, it seems.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, and at the end of the day, it's your type, not my type. So, all I can do is try to help you, but at the end of the day, it's like your decision. Like
yeah.
whatever you feel comfortable, what you see in yourself, because the world it don't give a fuck about your type, you know. At the end of the day, it doesn't give a fuck about your type. It cares about the outcomes
You're
that
yeah,
you produce. It cares about the
exactly.
outcomes that you produce. They don't give a fuck if Thomas INTJ, ESTP, ISFJ. Thomas better produce. Okay, that's the end of the day.
Exactly.
But I hope we help you find like what makes most sense to you. Um, do you guys want to think about Enneagram? Have you gotten an Enneagram or anything like that?
Is there a question for me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Have you gotten an Enneagram or anything like that?
I was into Enneagram, but I still prefer Octagram, honestly.
I mean,
Mhm.
I think the thing about Enneagram is Enneagram gets to be able to tell you a lot of things about things that happened to you when you were a kid. And that's kind of important sometimes to unpack. For myself, it lets me know that there was a point in time in my life where I said, you know what, I'm not going to be weak anymore and I don't care. And at that specific point in my time, I kind of shoved all my emotions away. And that created um the person I am today, like being an 8, you know, or like noticing that my energy kind of like destabilizes rooms. Like I never like I always kind of had a thought about it, but I never really knew it. Like that's the reason why I wear like floral pattern shirts or anything like that is to tame my energy down. Because my energy, like no matter where I go, it's kind of just like rambunctious energy. You know, people like, oh shit, you know, or like if I'm upset, then everybody's like, oh shit, we gotta calm this person down. Or like just in general, like if I like come up too fast on somebody, they'll like get scared or something.
Mhm.
So it's like Enneagram talks about like that. And it made 100% sense to me. And I was like, oh shit, that's what I need to work on. It's like, you know, having my energy like come down to where people aren't afraid. Like if I like if a
I mean, to
girl
be
like
fair, I did read the Enneagram descriptions, and they are sometimes, depending on which site you're looking at, pretty thorough.
Mhm.
So I gotta give it that. But I don't know. I think there's something that Enneagram covers that the Octagram doesn't, and vice
Mhm.
versa. And I don't think Octagram is specific enough. I think there's much more. I think there should be more Octagram types. For example, I think it has a long way to perfection or something like that, if that
Yeah,
exists.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I appreciate Enneagram for what it is.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think your Enneagram is? We were thinking more along maybe a 7.
Depending on the day, but if you're asking average or approximation, fuck. It depends on if I'm in my job or if I'm outside of my job. In my job,
Hmm.
I think I am 1v9 maybe, or 8v9 or
Hmm.
something like that. And outside of my job, I'm like a 7v8.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're 7B8. A 1 would be like somebody who has like this internal,
Critic.
yeah, this internal critic for morals and shit.
Yeah,
To where like they want to like be justice and shit like that. I don't really,
yeah,
I don't really see that. I really don't.
yeah. Because that's my shadow.
Yeah, yeah,
I switch in my work, man. I'm
yeah,
completely different.
yeah. I could totally understand that. I'm like, yeah, I'd probably say 7. You seem social, so you seem
Thank
extroverted. So I'd say 7 social. Probably SP 7 social SOSP 7W8.
Oh, how are these called? Like the social attitudes, or how is these called?
So
These.
there's self-preserving, which is kind of like one like by themselves, like they're trying to self-preserve a lot of
Yeah.
times. There's the sexual, which is kind of like needs like a one-on-one, it likes one-on-one situations, and there's the social that likes more of that, more like more people. So you seem to be more of the social, like there's different branches, kind of like
Did,
octagram. I think
did
it's
you guys did you guys relate introvert to self-preservant, ambivert to sexual, and social is extrovert? I mean,
No, no,
no, no,
I
not
I
guess
haven't
necessarily.
really
it
did
sounds
that.
similar.
But you'll notice like some people have like they can be a certain enneagram, but then they're more outgoing or they like
Uh-huh.
people around. And then there's some people that's like basically they could be the same enneagram, but they're just like self-preserving, like they're trying to make sure like everything's right for them. you know. And then there's the people that
Oh,
are sexual
okay.
that are like one-on-one. Like I'm a
So
sexual.
it's like
I think
this is
Thomas is also
basically
sexual.
okay. So you could have a more okay. This basically specifies. Okay, this is really good actually. I like this
Yeah.
more than the Enneagram.
Yeah, I mean, it is part of Enneagram. So it's part of
It is.
the yeah. So I think that's where I'm not sure, but it's probably where C.S. Joseph got his idea for octagram, because there's like you would have like SP, like you'd be, so yours would be 7 social slash SP. So you kind of go between the social and the self-preserving 7. Like you can go
Mm-hmm.
between. As a, somebody like myself, I'm an 8W7, but I'm a sexual and SP. So I go between the sexual and SP. Like sometimes I can, go to most of the time I'll sit in my sexual, but then there's sometimes where I'm like, oh God, I got to get this right. I got to have this much money in the bank. I got to have, like, I'll go self-preservance mode. And then most of the time when I just want my one-on-one with people, I don't really like too many people. So I'm not a social 8, but I'm a sexual. So it makes like a lot of sense. For like a
That
lot of
makes a lot
times
of
why like
sense.
somebody like myself would feel as they're introverted because I'm sexual. I like one-on-one interaction. I don't really like too many people.
Mm-hmm.
So it explains a lot, man. I highly recommend, checking it out. Beatrice Chestnut, she's got a lot of information online. If you go like her
Can
Juggernaut,
you say the name of the book again?
it's the Complete Enneagram by Beatrice Chestnut.
Okay.
Um, she has a YouTube series and stuff. So I mean, she has people on the panels and stuff. It's a lot of like good information out there on Enneagram. I highly recommend it, man.
We'll see about that.
Tom, you got any last words? Anything?
No, not really. I mean, I think you nailed it. But I mean, just as far as like the type 7, the sexual subtype, the thing about that one, that's like the really, like, they look at life through like rose-colored glasses. So you're definitely not that one. You think you're more realistic, more down to earth. So yeah, that would definitely be the third, third out of the 3.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just specifically with relation to the 7. I'm not talking about the other types.
Yeah.
What are types?
Well, I mean, like, there's 9 different numbers,
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
saying that the rose-colored glasses one, that's specifically the 7 with
sexual.
the sexual subtype.
Yeah.
And
So-
I know a few of them personally, and they kind of drive me nuts. I mean, because everything, they're just overflowing with positivity. Like everything's just so positive, and it's like that. You see a lot of I think a lot of ESFPs and a lot of ENFPs who are like that, and it's like they just always want to, like, gas you up, tell you like, oh, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, like they, because it's like they want everyone to feel valuable. I guess
I hit them in the
it's not all,
face.
huh?
I hit them in the face. Don't be like that. I mean, I like to be social. I have to be like, shit has to be fun, but at least I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'll try to.
Yeah, to me, like, to me, they're not in touch with reality, and that's why it drives me nuts, because they're just not realistic.
Yeah, they're just crazy. They're crazy, dude. I see like an ENFP, goddamn, with the sexual. They just think
The
like
positivity.
positivity. They think almost anything's possible.
Mhm.
Just like way too much.
But at the same time, what's funny is that my favorite fucking music artist is an ENFP, which is interesting.
Who's your
But
favorite artist?
it's not a female, at least.
Mhm.
What was the question?
Who's the artist?
Oh, he's not really known. It's called Rivelin, Rilivin.
Okay, yeah.
It's like alternative metal, Linkin Park type of shit.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, interesting. Well, you got any questions for us or anything like that?
Thomas, what's your type?
INTJ.
Okay. How many sessions do you guys take a day?
We just do mostly on the weekends. So we'll probably do like
Oh,
two,
sorry.
like two on a Saturday, two on a Friday, and maybe sometimes on Sundays as well. Just depending on like if everybody's available. Thomas usually does the Saturdays.
Are you usually excited?
Am I usually excited for the typings?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's I feel pretty good. I feel pretty happy to do them. It's exciting for me, somewhat. sometimes I don't want to get like, I'm like, fuck, I'm kind of tired or something. But overall, it's pretty fun. I mean, so you learn something new. Like afterwards, I feel so much better. Like afterwards, you know.
Okay, afterwards.
After I get the outcome, I'm happy. I'm outcome, man. I'm outcome as fuck. Once the outcome is secured, I feel pretty good. But then thinking about it beforehand, it's like, yeah. You never know what you're walking into. You never know. Like, you know.
Did you ever cancel someone mid-session?
No, we've never. No.
Few
Yeah.
close calls maybe, but we never. I don't think we've ever actually canceled.
No, we haven't. Like,
We've had a few nutcases, you know,
we've
over
done
the.
like over 100. Yeah.
Okay. And my last okay. And I got a last question. How satisfied are you with your community?
I'm actually pretty satisfied with it, man. Last year, around this time, we had 210 members in the Facebook group, and now it's grown to like 475. And the thing that I like about our community is like we have typed these people, so once we go and we ask a question or something, we're getting actually good feedback. And a lot of these MBTI spaces, when you go and you ask for questions, you got somebody who thinks there's a fucking INTJ, and you got somebody ISFP answer for INTJ, then you
Yeah.
got fucking the ENFP who thinks they're INTJ, so you got
Yep.
fucking shit data. So in our group, we actually have very good data. So when we ask questions and poll questions, we're actually getting good information, which is what I absolutely love. And I look forward to next year and where we're going to be at. I would like to double those numbers again and maybe get close to 1,000.
Hashtag greed.
I mean, it's exciting, man. It is. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're gonna have something special here. We do have monthly calls, and the thing is that also with it being self-improvement is maybe something I'm not good at that Thomas is good at. But if I ask for help, you know, Thomas might give me his detailed report on what I should do. You're getting
Okay.
all of that stuff. Like I said, like no one knows everything. There's only 24 hours in a day. So you can only like know so much stuff, but then maybe Thomas has covered that, or maybe Shelly's covered something, or maybe Cody, or maybe Victor, or maybe Drago, or maybe Victor. Like it's like so many good like things in there, like people that are engineers, software engineers, like all type of stuff, and they're able to like answer questions for you, like you know. So I think that's very valuable.
Thank you for answering that.
No problem, man. Again,
Okay, that's all for me.
yeah.
Appreciate your time, man.
All right, man. Well, you take it easy, man. We're gonna go get some to eat.
Shout out Mongolian mindset, bro.
All right, brother.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
Have a good one.